Goel joins us now, Chairman and Managing Director of IEX. Mr. Goel, good morning. Thank you for joining us. How are the volumes in Q2 FY23 so far, and what is the competitive landscape like?
Good morning. We are doing great business as of now. First quarter was good. We had done almost about 10% of the volume growth. Second quarter, there are challenges, mainly because of the coal supply to the merchant plants. But otherwise, I think now the situation has started improving. From the last 10 days, we are seeing a very competitive price on the exchange platform. And I'm sure the volume will start picking up now.
Broadly, tell us the environment, because for the quarter gone by, we all know that there was an energy crisis. There was a coal shortage. States were crying over coal shortage. Consumers were crying because of load shedding, and companies were complaining about high pricing. That scenario may not be there in the second half as things normalize on the supply chain. What does that mean for your business?
I think for exchange business, what is necessary is that we should have very competitive price and we should have high liquidity on the sell side. Because when you have competitive price, then only the buyers come to this platform. Otherwise, they have a tendency to do bilateral transactions. And that is what we saw in the month of March, April, when the supply was less and there was high price. So what we are seeing now is that situation has improved significantly. Coal supply has improved. Our prices, which were almost about 11, 12 rupees in the month of March, April, have come down to 5 rupees in the month of August. And I'm sure the situation may prevail for next 1 or 2 months, September, October, because September, October invariably are difficult months when the monsoon starts receding. The climate is still hot and humid. Agricultural demand is still there. AC demand is still there. So during these 2 months, we again see a very high increase in the demand. But I'm sure from November onwards, you will see prices coming down to 3.5 rupees. And that is the time when the volume will also significantly pick up.
Market share though, Mr. Goel, because of the increasing competitive landscape, are you worried about that?
No, I don't think there is a cause of concern because we are already operating in a competitive environment from the last 14 years. There are 2 exchanges operating. Now the third exchange has come. So I don't see any issue in that. And if you look at they are only in one particular segment now, where which is the day-ahead contingency market, where the volume is only about 10% of the total exchange volume. And in that also, we have almost about 50% share. Our overall share in the electricity market is among the exchanges is 90% plus. So I'm sure we will be able to maintain this share because we have done a lot of work in building a very robust, reliable and user-friendly platform. And also we have done many things around the customer centricity. So I'm sure with these values which we have created for the customers, we should be able to retain the market share. And in any case, you see, today in the country, power exchanges are doing only 7% of the total generation through the exchange. And if you look at the developed economies, this number is almost about 30, 40, 50%. So the market size opportunity is very, very large. So I don't see really any challenge in this.
I'll tell you why I asked, because Hindustan Power Exchange was to give a discount on the transaction prices on the basis of volumes. Now, historically, one would assume that is going to have an effect on the discount and thereby your market share as well.
I don't think this kind of practice can really help them in getting market share because the other exchange, which is operating from last 14 years, they also tried these things in the past. Because, for a sustainable business model, what you have to do is provide values to the customers. And in exchange platform, particularly the collective transactions, which is there in the DAM market and the real-time market, it is the liquidity which is more important. For a generator who wants to sell power, the transaction fees of 2 paisa is not important to him. He wants to sell power, otherwise the opportunity will be lost forever. Power is a perishable commodity. So I don't think these discounts on the transaction fees can really help somebody to get significant volume.
Your business, is it a function of absolute growth in the energy sector, or it is a function of availability and seasonality? What I'm trying to understand from you, India will grow, power demand will grow, your business will grow. Is that the underlying theme, or your business is a function of availability, seasonal challenges, and high spread?
See, definitely when the demand grows, a good part of that incremental demand comes to the market. We have seen when the demand grows by suppose 10%, the volume on the exchange platform increases by 25 to 30%. But if the demand is flat, maybe you will see a volume growth of only 5 to 6%. So it is definitely a function of demand growth in the country. And the year in which there is a good demand growth, we have done good volume growth. This year also, if the demand growth continues to have almost about 8-9%, which we are expecting, I'm sure we should be able to get a volume growth of 20% also. But at the same time, the supply side liquidity also is important. So coal availability in the market for the merchant generators is important, because if the coal is not available, supply is not available, even if there is a demand growth, then exchanges will not be able to do good business.
Now, post the launch of the LDC or the long duration contract, what has been the initial experience, and going forward, what is the expectation for the rest of the year?
Yeah, long duration contracts we launched about a month back. And though there is a good interest by the buyers in this market, but as I told you that supply sides, there are constant supply side, and generators are not sure whether they will be able to have enough coal to supply on monthly or 2-monthly or 3-monthly contracts. So the price discovered in long duration contract is slightly higher at the moment. It is in the range of 7 to 8 rupees. And at these prices, the buyers are not comfortable in buying, because our day-ahead market and real-time market price is around 4.5 rupees these days. So they are preferring to stay in the day-ahead market at the moment. But going forward, when the coal availability improves, I'm sure we will have significant volume in the long duration contracts also.
Well, great to have you today on ET Now. Thank you so much for taking the time out.
Thank you.
Thank you.